Hey there everybody, it's me, Michael B. I'm not really dressed all that great because I actually just woke up. And I just saw that one of the people I subscribe to, L1 Games, is holding a really amazing competition. Pretty much where you make a video talking about games and then he goes ahead and if he thinks that you have the best video, you win a prize. Now, I'm really not that big of a collector. You guys know that I just collect Nintendo and Mortal Kombat stuff. But I have a friend who's very, very close to me who loves collecting games. And any one of the prizes that he is offering, that L1 Games is offering, oh man, he would love them. So I'm going to go ahead and make a video. And if I were to win, I'd definitely be giving it to my best friend, Pac. Basically, this guy is an amazing guy. He is insanely generous. He just got himself back into school. He's really doing a good job. He's got a job and he's working to get a new car, and he doesn't have much time to tackle his hobby, which is collecting video game stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and help him out and try to win him something. So it's going to be cool. So what I'm really going to be talking about for this video is downloadable content. I'm a very old school player. I like arcades best. I actually work at an arcade, and my YouTube show is all about arcades, and pretty much I love games from the 80s and 90s. I like 70s games too, and I do like modern games, but I prefer 80s and 90s games. And that's where downloadable content starts to bother me. See, when I grew up, you go to the store and you buy, let's say, I don't know, you buy Mario Brothers. And you pick up Mario Brothers and you come home and you put it in your machine, and there it was. The game was complete. There was bunches of secrets in there, there's a bunch of awesome stuff, the world was as big as they wanted it, and the game was done. But nowadays, if you buy a game, like say you buy something like Halo, or you buy something like, oh, Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe, everyone got upset about that one. Basically, you're buying an incomplete game. Yes, the game has everything that it was supposed to have when it came out, but if the game designers are intending to sell you more things, that means that they probably could have put those things in there. I'm willing to let them delay a game so that I can get the complete game. For instance, in a fighting game, I don't want to have to pay for more characters. Or in a shooting game, I don't want to have to pay for more maps. Or in an adventure game, I don't want to have to pay for more weapons or anything like that. Basically, my problem with the downloadable content is downloadable content allows game makers to release unfinished games. Not to mention the fact that we often have to times deal with patches. Now granted, most of the time the patches are free. But still, the fact that we can patch games means that when the game gets released, it doesn't have to be finished. See, when I was growing up, if a game had a flaw, or as we call it now, broken, if a game was broken, that means it was a bad game. And they were like, too bad, don't buy that game. And the company would be punished for their bad game because one person would buy it, tell all their friends, dude, this game is horrible, and then nobody else would buy it. Nowadays, you can release a game that's half finished, that has a bunch of glitches in it, and then you can just patch it, and everyone's still going to go out and buy it. And I don't really appreciate that at all. I expect that when I buy a game to put it in my system and immediately just love it, you know? Or I'm going to take the game back because honestly, I need my games to be done when I get them. And so with things like downloadable content and patches, it allows games to be released that are half finished, and that really bothers me. So how many of you guys does that bother? And if you disagree with me, you can go ahead and leave some comments down in the bottom. Also, one other thing that does bother me about modern games is the CD. And also all the moving parts. One thing I love about collecting arcade machines and collecting old school like Nintendo things like the NES and the Super Nintendo is that there was no moving parts. I know that I have an Atari 2600 that works perfectly, and that's because there is no moving parts. But I have a PlayStation 2 that won't play half of my games, and that's a travesty. So I would really like it if we could figure out a way to make the games just as advanced as they are and put them on something like a cartridge or a little chip or something like that, instead of having it CD based where you have to have a bunch of moving parts. So also go ahead and comment on that. And don't forget to go over to L1 Games and subscribe to him and maybe even compete in these videos, because man, he's got some awesome content. And if you look through his stuff and you see like all of his like rants about various people who talk trash about video games, he's got really good points. Unlike a lot of people out there who talk about video games, the guy in L1 Game is a really smart and educated guy, and the points he makes are valid. He has very valid arguments. So go ahead and check him out. He's an amazing YouTube guy. So check out L1 Games as well. So this is basically my submission in attempts to win my best friend. Any one of those would be amazing. Any one of those prizes. So yeah, this is what I got. So until next time, guys, I'm Michael V, and check out L1 Games.